Okay, I think we're good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Right on. How old are
Yeah.
you, by the way?
I'm about to turn 20.
Right on. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I came across you on a real that's the way I've been doing things is I just troll social media is all I do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
man.
just I find somebody who's got an instrument in their profile picture or something and see if they got any tunes and listen to some tunes, and usually I can tell pretty quick, who's got
Yeah.
something, you got a good hook to you, you got comedy involved in it a lot. I notice you're a big ham,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of. That's cool. You got to make things fun. I know that.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise,
it.
it's not
Yeah.
worth fucking doing. But
Exactly. Yeah, we have a good time. We have a
right
good
on,
time. We've been doing a lot of content for the last pretty much this whole year so far,
right on,
ever since the record dropped.
right on,
So we've been just doing whatever content we
right.
think's, just seeing what works
Oh
really.
hell yeah, hell
So,
yeah,
but
right on.
yeah, so just hustling.
That's
But
cool.
yeah,
I get
yeah, man.
that.
Yeah.
Uh, so how long you been playing?
I've been playing, oh geez. Well, I mean, I started singing when I was probably, gosh, maybe six or so,
Right,
five, six.
right,
And then I've been playing guitar and bass. I started out on bass. I'm actually a bass player,
right on.
believe it or
That's
not.
cool.
So,
I love the bass.
so yeah, I actually started out on drums when I was about 8, and then I went to playing bass and guitar kind of around the same time when I
Right,
was probably 11.
right,
And then yeah, I've been pretty much doing both of those ever since. I really started digging into guitar more, maybe like 13-ish.
right,
Before then I just learned the basics and I was more
right,
focused on bass. But but yeah, and then I started, as far as writing songs and all that, I've been doing that since I could sing,
right
writing
on,
melodies and
right on.
hooks and all that.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, and pretty much my dad, he plays
Right on.
he's played in bands his whole life,
That's
and
cool.
so I kind of grew up, you know, just being around
Learning that
music
mode
and
of, yeah, that's cool.
yeah, yeah, and but on the album he did all the mixing and
Oh,
mastering
cool.
and all that
That's cool.
stuff, and I played all the instruments on it and wrote all the songs
Right
and
on.
lyrics and everything,
That's
and
cool.
yeah, and he did all the mixing and mastering side. I did a little bit of rough mixing,
Hmm.
but he did the finished products, and he's been recording and stuff since, gosh, probably since the '90s.
Right.
So
Right
he
on.
started on a little 4 track
Right.
with
Oh
his
yeah.
buddies,
Oh
and
yeah.
so we've put a lot of money and time into. We got a home studio here in this
Right
room.
on. I've seen your
So
videos. You got nice guitars and you got nice equipment for sure.
yeah.
That's cool.
I
That's
know,
real
yeah,
cool.
it's kind of turned into Guitar Center a little
That's
bit,
all right.
but
Nothing wrong with that.
exactly.
There could be
So
worse problems than that.
that's right. That's right. That's what I said. I was like, well, I mean, a lot of the guitars and stuff I buy are used.
Right.
I got a couple new ones, but a lot of it's used, and you can
Right.
make, you
Polish
can
it up a little
potentially,
bit, and they
yeah,
look nice.
yeah.
Play
So
nice. I tried to learn how to play guitar when I was like 20, and I had some nice guitars, but I
yeah,
did not put in the time that you need to put in to become a fucking axe slinger.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
it it takes, you got to really want it,
you do,
So
like now I've got a bass that I plunk on. I pick it up every
yeah,
day. I haven't
yeah,
really retained a whole lot yet, but I'm just messing around. I know it sounds
yeah.
good. I know it really kind of sounds good. So I try to figure it out, and
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
fun. It's
Hey.
fun. Gotta
Yeah,
get
it's
some calluses though, man. I don't got bass, man. You got to get calluses.
oh yeah. Yeah.
My fingers
Yeah,
hurt.
you gotta get some tough fingers,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So,
So who are your influences? Who's your main influence?
oh geez. I mean,
Because I've heard a
I get
lot in the music I've listened of yours. I've heard a number of different styles,
yeah,
of different
yeah.
bands that you might have chosen from or something. A
Yeah,
little bit of input.
it's kind of funny because I'm influenced by a lot. So I mean, I grew up around rock music, of course, but when I first started learning bass, I started learning a lot of like Motown
That's cool.
stuff. So,
That's
like
cool.
James Jamerson as far as, on bass. A lot of like Stevie Wonder type
Right
stuff
on.
and like Aretha Franklin and stuff
Right.
like that
No,
because
that's totally cool. That's
yeah,
really cool.
because so that's kind of what I learned on bass. Like my style kind of came from that. And as far as bass, that's kind of my background. But I mean, I did rock and
Yeah.
stuff like that too. Um, but yeah, so I grew up on some of that music, some old Motown stuff. But I mean, rock, 90s
Right.
rock, 80s. It's
Right.
kind of funny because I've gone through like all the spurts of like I was into the 70s rock,
Right.
Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff. And then I went to the 80s, I was in all the hair
That was the
stuff for a minute.
greatest decade of music. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
fucking awesome back then.
yeah,
That's for
exactly.
sure.
What Guns N'
Oh,
Roses
yeah.
and Cinderella and Skid Row and I mean just Poison even
Oh,
and
yeah.
all those hair bands at the times. Journey is one of my favorite bands.
Journey's good.
Yeah.
That was the music I had my first kiss with the girl with,
Yeah, yeah.
was Journey. Yeah, so I love Journey.
Exactly. Yeah. So that, Journey was a big influence. A lot of 90s stuff like Foo Fighters,
Right on.
a lot of
Right
those,
on.
those type of bands. I was into grunge, some Nirvana,
Right
all
on.
that stuff. Even into like, 2000 bands from the 2000s,
Mhm.
the kind of that 2000s kind of I guess you could say new metal or like blitz rock type
Right.
stuff.
Right.
I even get into some of that. Um, but but yeah, I mean I'd say a mixture of 80s and 90s is
Right
kind
on.
of the, you know,
Right on. You're like
that's kind
hard
of the
pop. Hard pop.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you got great lyrics, but you got some punch with the guitar too, and you're the bassist and the drummer too. They got some good punch in them,
yeah,
and it hardens
that's
it up a
it.
little bit. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's like it's kind of funny because we got some songs that do get a little bit heavier.
Yeah,
And that's one thing we're kind of like, everybody's ass is like when it comes to marketing and stuff like that,
right,
like
right,
where do we fit in? Like
right,
honestly, I don't even know. I mean, it's rock, of course it's
right.
rock, but
But
it's
which
got the pop
genre,
edge.
subgenre? Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
it's like I don't, it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly. I
right,
don't think it falls into like a
right,
defined
right, right. No,
genre.
you
I don't
kind
know.
of are all over the map a little bit on it, which
Yeah,
is cool. Which is cool. It makes things a little more interesting listening to them for sure. And it's
exactly.
like that type of stuff catches me off guard. I'll go, what the hell? I found
Yeah.
I met this kid in Alabama. His name's Bo Hudson. Check him out.
Okay.
He's like 16 years old. He's endorsed by Dean Guitars already,
Really?
and yeah, he's a cool cat. He's got like 25,000 more followers on Instagram than I do,
Really? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was playing Sweet Home Alabama as if Van Halen wrote it. And if you
Okay.
closed your eyes or blinked, it was Eddie in the room playing it, and I was
Really?
like, holy shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
totally blew
Uh,
my mind,
yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I like stuff that catches me off guard.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like I always try to, with a lot of modern music, it kind of starts meshing in and sounding the
Right,
same. With a lot of like I mean, in rock right now, I mean, you got a lot of like indie type bands are pretty
right.
popular. You kind of got like that, I don't even know what you'd call it, but kind of that modern like metal rock
Like,
thing, if you know what I'm talking about.
name a band. Like,
Like, geez, I don't even know. There's all kinds. Me and my drummer, we'll be like flipping through like Instagram or something, and there's like 10 different bands that sound all the
right.
same. It's like that overproduced,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
really
Radio
fake.
shit. It's radio
Yeah, well,
stuff.
it's like really like fake sounding drums,
Right,
and like
right,
I don't know, it's just really overproduced stuff, and all that sounds the same.
right,
And basically, like if you're on Spotify and you just go to like the new metal
right. I get,
NEW
yeah, I get,
playlist, it's that whole kind of
yeah.
genre. Um, But you got stuff like that, and there's you know, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like when I write my music, I try to have something interesting for the listener,
Yeah. Oh,
you
totally.
know, to uh to engage with, like with key changes and
Right.
stuff. I try to incorporate that a lot, and some
Well,
interesting
I like
chords.
that. I was listening to
Um,
that Laws of Attraction song,
yeah,
and that's a catchy tune. It's like and then it goes into a different, totally different rhythm in the chorus and stuff, and
yeah,
it like, huh, what the hell, But it's
yeah.
good stuff. It keeps you, it keeps your mind going with it for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, it keeps you kind of like, I guess,
It-
entertained,
oh yeah,
like
definitely, definitely.
what's gonna be next,
Right.
and yeah, that's one of our favorite songs.
Yeah,
But
that's a good tune. I like that tune.
yeah, well, thank you, man.
I'm
Appreciate
done.
it. Yeah, that's
Fuck
right.
you.
Yeah, that's it. That's
I'm
right.
done.
Yeah.
I
But
get that. I've been there a few times.
yeah, I think we all have,
Yep.
but yeah, so yeah, I mean it's just whatever sounds good,
Right.
and I've always been into like the music theory type stuff.
Okay.
That
Right on.
definitely helps as far as knowing what to do to make
Sure.
something sound,
Sure.
more interesting. Like, okay, well, I can
Right.
go over here, I can switch keys to this,
Right.
and so yeah, that definitely helps out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Definitely.
yeah,
Right on.
so yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's interesting. My buddy, he's gonna be my co-host on here. His name's Vince Volt, and he does music, and he's an odd feller, but his stuff is so tight. He
Yeah.
put it together. It's just like wow, he's a pretty cool cat. But he put this Fender Pro Series Studio on my other computer. So I've
Okay.
been tinkering around with that. It's a DAW or something like that. I don't even know what that
Yeah.
shit means,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's pretty interesting messing around with it.
Oh, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
fun. But
Yeah, man. Definitely. Definitely.
so, what's your main guitar that you play?
Um,
What's your
right
favorite?
now, it's kind of I got a Gibson. I'm a big Gibson guy.
Right on. That's cool.
So, um, I just recently got like three new Gibsons. So I got a new Flying V,
Nice.
Gibson Flying V, white one, and then I just got a I think it was last week. I got a new Les Paul. It's a 2004 standard, and it's got the plus top, so it's real flamey top on
Right
it.
on. Right on.
And then I just got a Firebird, so
That's cool.
I'm a little bit of a guitar-aholic,
Firebirds
but
are cool.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had an Explorer, and that was the
Okay.
heaviest thing I've ever put on a strap. That
Really?
thing, it was heavy, way
Huh.
heavy. I thought,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, so that's my main guitars right now is I bought an Explorer, funny
right,
enough. It's a white, it's like a couple years old, like a 21, but it's
uh-huh.
just the white 70s one.
Right,
But I play that one quite a bit, and then I got I think I bought it last year, but it's a Gibson Les Paul P90s with the gold top.
right. Oh, the
So
gold
that
top one, yeah, that's a nice one.
yeah, yeah, I
That's
got two
sweet.
gold tops.
Right
Yeah,
on.
so
Nothing
but
wrong with buying guitars.
yeah, yeah, so yeah. So those are probably my two
Right on.
go-tos right now, but I got some 90s Les Pauls and stuff. And those, they're not like super
Right,
valuable yet, but they're kind of going up in value, so I
right
try to
on.
play the newer ones. So I kind of like playing newer guitars for
Right.
shows and stuff because you can replace them if
Oh yeah,
something happens,
exactly.
and they're not rare or anything like
Right.
that. They're making a million of them, so
Right.
But
My buddy found this acoustic. He's got this acoustic. He bought these storage units, and
okay,
he gets this acoustic that was in there in the case, and it ends up being something that's one of Gibson's main dudes. He went sideways and started his own company and made
okay,
some guitars in like 1940 something, 42 or something crazy like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's kind of neat. It's old, definitely old looking, and
yeah,
still strums pretty
definitely,
nice, but crazy guitar. Did some
Yeah,
research
yeah,
on it for him and found all that crap out. But it's in the case is in pretty bad shape, unfortunately. But it's a
yeah.
cool guitar, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's
But
a lot of, there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm a big Gibson guy. I do like Fenders and stuff too. I
right.
got a couple of those, but Gibson's my main
I don't. You don't tell
my
too
main
many
brand.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. My buddy Brandon Merrill, he was in a band called Anchored. He's in Texas and did a song with
Okay.
Snoop Dogg or something like 20 years ago or something. But he
Okay.
goes, I was talking to him, and he goes, "Don't tell nobody." But I think I've become a Fender guy, you know. He goes, "Don't tell." So I posted something on there and told everybody, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Of
But
course, of course. Yeah, I mean,
but
I use them a lot recording, like
right
that
on,
whole album. I pretty much used a telly
right on.
on
Tellies are
with
cool.
yeah, it had a humbucker in the bridge or in the
Nice,
neck,
nice.
um, and a regular telly, but yeah, I pretty much use that on a lot of the new record and
Right on.
stuff. So, but yeah, so
Who's your favorite artist out there?
as far as like band or like guitarist
Whatever,
or
whatever. Who's the guy that floats your boat out there? You know, music wise.
I mean, as far as like my favorite guitarist, I mean, it's hard to say, but I think as far as influenced my tone and all that stuff, like Neil Sean
Right on.
from Journey.
He's great. He's
Um,
an underrated guitarist, man.
yeah,
He's good. He's good for sure.
definitely.
Definitely.
He's one of my favorites. And then, I mean, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm influenced by a lot of
Right,
a lot of stuff. But I mean, he's one that definitely stands out as like okay,
right on. That's
as
cool.
far as tone and stuff,
Right.
because like when we play live, it's just I'm singing and playing
Right.
guitar, so I gotta try to get that full sound, so a
Right.
lot of my chording and
Is
stuff.
that hard to do?
Um, yeah, it's tricky,
Yeah.
you gotta really know um, what you're doing as far
Right.
as your chord, what chords you're gonna play to make it sound full.
Right.
You sometimes you have to change a riff or something to make it sound
Right.
more full because you don't have another guitar player doing this part over
Right.
here.
Right.
So that's one thing that eventually I'd like to do is get another um, rhythm guitarist or something, that
Absolutely.
kind of take a little bit of the pressure off me.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because it's
So
on you, that's for sure.
yeah, I mean it's quite a job because I'm playing and I'm performing
And you got to
and
keep in time, and
yeah, and
all
I
that.
got
There's
like
a
a pedal
lot to look
board.
look at for
Yeah,
sure.
I got effects, some tap dancing too on the
Right,
effects, and then I'm jumping around and all that stuff too at the same time. So
right.
and singing,
And
and playing.
exactly.
So yeah, it gets to be a lot,
I
but the
bet.
more you do it, the easier it
Oh yeah.
gets.
Oh yeah.
So
That's cool.
but yeah, eventually I'd like to get another guitarist to
Right.
kind of
Take the load, a little bit of the load
yeah,
off.
take some pressure
Definitely. Go
off.
take a break once in a while. Yeah, something.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's like last year we played out quite a bit during the summer, playing about a show every other week.
That's cool.
And I was getting pretty used to it, but then we took a little bit of a break, maybe like a month or so, and then we got back into playing a little bit and it was like, man, it was like my stamina, I had to get my stamina back
Yeah,
up,
I
because
bet. I bet.
singing it takes a lot out of you as far
It does.
as you're pushing a lot with your whole body,
Oh yeah.
and then you're playing and then you're jumping around
Right.
and at the same time, um so yeah, it gets to be a lot, but
I bet. I bet.
it's fun,
Oh yeah.
so
Definitely.
it could be
Yeah,
worse things.
I always had fucking stage fright. Unfortunately, I
Really.
think yeah, I get more than two people in front of me, shut it down. Now I'm a
See,
little older, and it's something I'm going to do. I'm going to make a little 3 song EP. I got the songs already
yeah,
picked out that I want to do. Just say I did it. And
nice.
so
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean for me, I've never really been afraid of the stage. It's kind
right,
of like my second home,
right,
in a way. For me, it's like the more the merrier. The more
Right,
people
right.
there, the better,
That's cool. That's
But
cool.
but yeah, I mean, some people, they get a little stage fright and all that.
Oh
And
yeah.
I mean, I get it. I think the only show I was ever nervous for was my first ever show, and I was at like a talent show
Right.
when I was when I was probably like 8 and I was playing the drums, and that was a little nerve-wracking because playing in front of the whole school,
Oh
but
yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's just second nature. I mean, I've been playing shows since I was probably, like 10 or
Right
something,
on. Right on.
so yeah, it's
That's cool.
it's nothing new to me, but
Right.
every show is a different
Oh
experience,
yeah, I bet. I
but
bet.
that's the cool.
What's the biggest show? What's the most amount of people you played in front of?
Probably about 500.
That's cool.
So yeah, 500-600
Right on.
people.
Right on.
Um, Played like some sold out club shows,
Mhm.
200 cap
Right.
venues, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so I mean that's no stadiums yet, but
Right.
probably
It'll
within the
come.
next
It'll
five
come with
years.
you, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's right.
From
That's
what I've
right.
seen so far, you got it. Definitely, and you're having fun. I think that's the main thing with anything. If you're not having fun with what you're doing, you need to find something else to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. There's a time where you got to work, and
Yeah,
money or whatever, but there's a time to have some fun too. And
definitely.
I got to know all the DJs out of Spokane in Washington
Okay.
when I lived in Idaho, and the Spokane Rock Station is probably the best station I've ever heard. The morning
Okay.
DJ that used to be on there, Gary Allen, he started these shows called Too Broke to Rock, and there were
Okay.
the people that couldn't afford to go to a show, so they had contests where you won them or you met the swag wagon somewhere, and they did like
Nice.
50 of these shows,
Okay.
and
Wow.
nobody's done that in the world.
Yeah.
I've done a little research on it because that's one of the things I want to do is I want to bring some music on a regular basis to the coast here in Oregon. It's a
Yeah,
great
definitely.
tourist spot, and I don't get why there isn't anything going on every
Yeah,
at least once a month or something. So I'm working on
exactly.
that, whether
Yeah,
it's a
man.
festival or just a concert. I've got a guy who's willing to put up part of his property for a festival. I went,
Nice.
that's cool. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to figure something out to bring some music in, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, we're pretty close to Columbus here in Ohio, and they got a pretty good music scene.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think Cleveland and Columbus both are pretty good, but I'd say Columbus is just maybe a little bit better in
Right on.
Cleveland,
Right
but
on.
it's a little more. You got to kind of work to get in the scene a little more in Columbus
Sure.
because there is a lot going on. But where Cleveland's maybe a little more open to new
Right.
people.
Right.
But yeah, I mean Columbus got one hell of a music
That's
scene.
cool.
So does Cleveland. So and we
Right
play
on.
there. We play both Cleveland, Columbus quite a bit.
Right
Kind of
on.
back and forth. We play Akron, Ohio,
Yeah, I
uh,
talked to a
quite a
band out of
bit.
Akron, Axe Master is their name.
Okay,
And
okay,
these guys are soldiers. This guy's been with them. He created the band in like 82 or something like that.
really,
Yeah.
damn.
And he's still, he did a little campaign to where he raised some money for his record, and I
Yeah,
posted
yeah,
for him on that because he's just a soldier, he's still at it, and
yeah.
that's cool as
That's
hell as
it.
far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
so
But yeah, there's some nice venues up in Akron, so we played there quite a bit.
right
So
on.
yeah, yeah, man.
So, what do you got for in the future? Do you got a regular job or go to school or you living off of music alone?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet. Right
eventually.
on. Right on.
So I actually run a couple businesses.
Right on.
So I got like my own painting business
Oh,
and
cool.
lawn care business, stuff like that.
Right
So
on.
that definitely helps fund all
Oh
the
yeah.
music projects.
Yep.
Because it can definitely get a little pricey
Oh yeah.
when you're trying to promote and advertise and all that stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I'm doing that right now, and that's going pretty good. Making good money at doing that.
Right
My own
on.
thing gives me a lot of time to work on music too.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Freedom. I'm not tied down to some
Exactly.
9 to 5 job,
Exactly.
so if the show comes up or something, I can clear out my schedule
Yep.
and make it
Right on.
happen.
Right on.
Um, but yeah, the goal is to make this
Right on.
a business,
Definitely.
and make it profitable. That way, that can be the the main
Definitely.
revenue source.
Rock star.
So, yeah,
Hell yeah.
exactly,
Nothing
exactly.
wrong with
So,
that.
but yeah, I mean, we've really been pushing the last probably year, as far as really trying to get out there
How
and,
long
and
you
make
been
something
playing with
happen.
your bandmates?
So my drummer, I've been playing with him for about 2 years now.
Mhm.
He's been he's in another band that we're in called Star 77, but it's
Okay.
just kind of a project with me and my one other buddy. Um, but yeah, he's playing in the bass player I've been playing with a long time and
Right
all
on.
that stuff. And but yeah, Jevin, a couple years now, and same with the bassist. So but yeah, I mean they're always, they're I never have any issues with them
Right
doing
on.
shows or anything
Right
like
on.
that, which for some people can be,
Right.
a lot,
Right.
but but yeah, so we've been just hustling and trying to make it
That's
happen.
cool.
So we're looking at the record came out in February. We got another single we're gonna be putting out probably in the next couple months here.
Right on.
Music is done with it. We just need to finish up vocals and the mixing and mastering. So that's probably gonna be coming out the next couple months.
That's cool.
And then we're going to be back in the studio with the second record, which will probably be coming out next year
Right on.
sometime. So potentially maybe early next year, mid next
Cool.
year, probably in the summer. So
Right
probably
on.
about a year from now. Um, but yeah, we're still pushing on this record quite a bit. Um, but next year, looking at maybe even doing some tours and stuff like that,
Cool.
with some bigger bands,
Cool.
and all that stuff. So
Right on.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
man. Yeah.
Plugging away.
Yeah, that's it. You just gotta take it one step at a time,
Yep, that's exactly it.
it takes a lot to figure out the business, and
Yeah,
what to do, what to put
exactly.
money in, that's
Exactly.
that's a big thing about it. So I've learned doing a full record, you need a lot bigger capital to push
Yep,
it.
you
So
do. Yep.
um yeah, but the main goal right now is to grow the fan base,
Sure.
get a really good local following,
Right
maybe
on.
even get on some little tours or something like
Sure.
that, as far as live goes, and then get our streaming and all that up enough to where we can have enough leverage to go to label and
Right. Right.
and talk about potential partnership or something like that. So that's
Right on.
that's really what I'm working towards right now.
That's cool.
That's one thing. I'm a business guy, so I love the business end
That's
of
cool.
music and all that.
And
I'm
see, and
just
I got a buddy who's he's a guitarist. His name's Jesse Lee Falls, and he's
okay.
similar to you. His influence is like Motown funk,
Yeah,
is one of his.
yeah,
But plus he's bluesy, and so he mixes those two together, and it's pretty cool listening to him for sure.
definitely,
But he does a
definitely.
little business podcast on the music business
Okay,
and
yeah,
he tries to tell, he's an arrogant fucker, but he's a rock star, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
he tells the truth on it, at least that I've learned. He just tells it the way it is, and
definitely.
pretty sure, and
Yeah,
I learned from him, that's for sure. Because
yeah,
I want to
yeah,
learn everything about the business myself. I've got a couple people that I'm going to have on that are promoters, so
yeah, yeah,
I want to learn about that, about promoting music, because that's what I'm going to try to be doing, too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've that's one thing we're thinking about doing next year is actually like me basically being a talent buyer and going out and starting my own promotion
cool.
company more or less,
Right on.
and helping other bands in the scene, but also, for us booking other bands, and
Definitely.
stuff like that. So yeah, getting more into the business side of
Definitely. That's
things.
cool.
but yeah, there's a lot to it as far
There's
as
definitely a lot to it.
marketing and branding and all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff. So we're still kind of figuring that out as far as like what's our brand and our
right.
market and stuff like that.
I'm in
And
the
I think on
same
the
boat
next
type.
yeah,
I
yeah.
totally get it.
Yeah, and I think on the next record, we'll probably be a little more defined in what maybe our sound will be, but you don't really know until it's finished, you know. So,
Right.
um, but yeah, so yeah, it's just really, you know, my whole goal is to be, you know, is to get to the top, you
Yeah.
know, as far as being on Billboard and stuff like that.
Oh, hell
So,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I think it's possible. It's just
I think it's
getting
possible.
yeah, getting
For
enough
sure.
leverage and
Yeah,
enough fans and
exactly.
knowing the right people. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
but uh but yeah, there's a couple labels that kind of interested in as far as potentially reaching out when the
Right.
time's right, um, and seeing what happens. So
That's
it's
cool.
one thing you gotta be careful about, you know, with
Mm.
signing and all that
Oh
stuff
yeah.
is it
Because they
can
can own you.
yeah yeah it's you know it there's a lot of different ways of looking at it, but you know
Right.
with the music industry and stuff it has changed a lot
Oh, it
in the
has
sense
definitely.
of you know it's more of like a partnership type deal,
Right.
more than like we own everything you have.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so and there's a lot of like independent labels and stuff
Oh
that
yeah.
do really good deals, you know, and they have a lot of outlets for media
Right.
and a lot of capital and all that stuff to
Right.
work with, which is cool.
Definitely. Definitely.
So yeah,
You'll
but
get there. You'll get
yeah,
there.
that's it.
You're
That's
well
it.
on your way for sure. From what I've seen of you, you'd definitely be a fun group to go see for sure.
Yeah, yeah, man,
You look like
definitely.
you're having fun out there, you know?
Yeah, it's always a good time.
Oh,
So
definitely. Right on.
yeah,
Right on.
yeah, like I said, we're planning on maybe doing a tour next year. That's one thing we're gonna dive into is getting into the logistics and all that.
Totally. Totally.
But
Well, if I get
I'm
something
not.
going on out here, I'll definitely invite you out here if you want to come out here for sure.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool. Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely hit us up. But yeah, I'm not sure what um areas will be hitting, but either like you know the Eastern Coast
Cool.
type thing, we might start off there, or we might go down south or something like that. So we'll kind of see what
Right
happens. But yeah, so think about doing you know like a 2 week tour and then maybe a couple of those throughout the year, you know, and then
on.
just seeing what happens.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
but
That's
but
cool.
yeah, so think about doing one and seeing how that goes, and if we recoup and all that, then
Right.
do another one, you know,
Right on.
and all that stuff. So,
That's awesome.
but yeah, yeah, man, definitely. So,
Right on.
yeah,
Cool. I'm glad I found you on here.
yeah, dude, yeah, I
Definitely.
know, yeah, yeah, no, I,
So,
yeah,
well, you're welcome to come on my show anytime you want. If you've got something you want
awesome,
to put out there and promote, I'll help you all I can. I don't got a
cool,
lot
man.
of people yet, but I will. I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna have a lot of people listening to me.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got a
definitely,
good
definitely.
idea with how I'm doing it, even though it's just I'm an internet troll, but I'm doing it for the right
Hey,
reasons,
yeah, you gotta start somewhere,
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly, exactly. But
Yeah, man.
I'm having fun with it. I'm meeting some cool people, that's for sure. Some good music is coming from it. So,
Yeah, man,
and
definitely.
I'm gonna start this little challenge thing with my guests. I'm trying to figure out something, and I've come up with like going off your guys' birthdays,
Okay.
and I'm gonna challenge. I'm gonna send you like 3 tunes that I find that came out around your birthday.
Okay.
So I'll send you a little email with that and see what if you bite on it or not.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Send it
Something
over.
different, and whatever, but all in fun,
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, man. For sure. For
but
sure.
I appreciate
So,
you coming on, bro.
yeah, no, man. I appreciate you having us.
Not a
Appreciate you
problem.
reaching out, and it
Anytime,
was fun chatting.
anytime.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, dude, we'll
We'll
keep in
chat again.
contact, and yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Right
Just let me
on.
know.
Have a
All right,
good day,
buddy.
bro.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Yep. Later.
Yep. Bye, man.
Bye.